players. We begin with a player who started the Bet Victor series with a bang with Victors. He's a 4-time ranking event winner, flying into the arena, the Hawk, Barry Hawkins. Opponent, the form player in the world right now, chasing his 3rd successive ranking title and 4th Northern Ireland Open trophy, the ace in the pack, Judd Trump.
Well, the 2 form players of the season then. Let's get it on here, this second semi-final. And a good evening to our commentary team of Joe Johnson. And first up, Philip Studd.
Good evening. It's one of the best modern snooker rivalries. They've played 16 times. They've both won 8 matches. This is their 7th semi-final. So a final place on the line tonight between Barry Hawkins and Judd Trump for the right to play Chris Wakelin for the Northern Ireland Open title and the Alex Higgins Trophy. Fantastic atmosphere, of course, here in the Waterfront Hall. And everything points, Joe Johnson, to an evening to remember.
It certainly does, doesn't it? 8 wins each, and what a shot to open up with. Just over hit it slightly, or didn't hit it hard enough. Stephen Maguire played a similar shot to that, bounced off 2 cushions, finished nicely on the black. But just the safety. He could have played the black. It was really thin, but there was no reds to get from it, so just played the safety.
They've both won 3 of those previous semi-final meetings. Of course, though, they met in a final earlier this season, and it was Barry Hawkins, who had a great week in Nuremberg, who came out on top 9-6. He'd already beaten world champion Brissell and Mark Selby. But as Barry referenced just now, Trump exacted a bit of revenge in beating Hawkins on his way to the Wuhan Open title. And that, of course, was his 2nd straight title after winning the English Open. Bidding to become just the 5th player, Trump, to win 3 consecutive ranking events. It's not been done for over a decade since Ding managed it. And in terms of the other players, well, true greats of the game, Messrs Reardon, Davis and Hendry.
It's not far away. It's not far away, but he's got the screw on the cue ball, and that's what he tried to do. Get that cue ball back into the ball. Tough shot, but he gets them, doesn't he? Yeah, they both know each other's game, and they both know that they've got to play well to win this evening. Yeah, good opening red. Has he just slipped a little bit too far? Deserved to be on the black. But can he see it? I always think it's important who won the last match, and it was Trump who won the last match. Looks like he can see enough of it.
It's easy to forget now that Barry Hawkins slipped out of the top 16 at the end of last season. He had to go to qualifying for the World Championship and, of course, lost to Jack Jones.
That's amazing, isn't it? And he's found this form. Shows you how good he is, Philip.
Well, you just wonder whether that was a wake-up call for Hawkins, and maybe that's galvanised him, because I think this season he's played as well as he's ever done. Certainly he was brilliant in Nuremberg. And the way in which he responded to the comeback yesterday against Dave Gilbert from 4-2 in front, it felt as though he was bossing that match throughout, and yet could have lost it at the last. But as Jimmy mentioned, he summoned the blood for that really important break in the decider.
Yeah, we just got a great glimpse of the crowd there, going up levels. Fantastic crowding this evening.
And tickets for next year's tournament go on sale tomorrow. And you can be sure they'll be snapped up pretty quickly. It's one of the most iconic venues on the circuit now, I think. One of the...
Well, yeah, most people will be saying, why isn't he taking the red over the pocket here? Why is he playing the more difficult red? And the reason is that he wants to get into that pack of reds, hopefully the next shot, and he'd have the insurance of the red over the pocket. But it's missable, the red that he was addressing. The red directly above the black will go to the left corner. Failing that, he could decide to go into them. If he misses that red and catches the one to the right of it. Yeah, he missed the red he was playing for. He's looking to see if he's got a red to the middle, but if you look at this again, he hit that red directly above the black. If he hits the other one to the right, he finishes up on that red, and that one doesn't go. So it looks like just a safety. Well, he's going for this with safety in mind, I would imagine, but this red could stay near the pocket. Which it has done. It's not a gimme by any means, but I'm sure Trump will have a go at it. Both these players will try and win the frame at one visit, you can guarantee that. What a tough shot to take on, but I don't think he's got much choice. It's close, it's close. It's in. Oh, he holds his hands up, but I can tell you this, he's delighted. We see that so many times, don't we? Rattles in one pocket and goes across the table into the other.
I think we've seen the full spectrum of Judd Trump's qualities this week. At times he's been able to steamroller opponents. Most notably Julian Leclerc, last season's shootout finalist, who he demolished in 45 minutes. But he's had to dig deep since then.
He's had some great matches, hasn't he? I mean, Stephen is an absolute cracker. But the match against Noppon Senkamp, was another great match.
Yeah, that finished not much before midnight. And prior to that, even the match against Ian Burns, which he won 4-2, it was a bit of a scrap, but any thoughts that he's beginning to run on fumes after this extraordinary run of 18 consecutive wins he's put together and might be ready to
16.
Just call it a day and have a rest? Well, no, he's just got that hunger, that appetite to keep the dice spinning. And last night he had to raise his game against Maguire
17.
because Maguire played extremely well. He was 3-1 up, but Trump yet again had the last word.
He's high, and we've seen that a few times, being high in that pocket. So the first miss. Yeah, Barry missed, but it was a tough one. But that's the first easy ball that's been missed, and it was by Trump. real unsettlers, those type of shots. Aggressive shot that, opening the reds up, or attempting to. Ronnie O'Sullivan made a good point, and that was that Barry Hawkins isn't afraid of Trump, and the results confirm that. 8 wins each.
And on top of that, he's just beaten them in a big final. And that victory was a long time coming for Hawkins in terms of adding to his ranking event tally, because it had been 6.5 years since he'd won one.
Well, you would expect Barry Hawkins to win from here. Everything goes.
See. $15. $22.
Well, Trump will be sat there thinking these could have been mine. Missed that easy pink to the middle. Left the position. So just a red and a colour. Should seem safe.
30.
Well, he needs a colour because Trump can tie. I think he intended to kiss the pink there, come down for the black. Doesn't want to play position from the black. Just drop it in. Ooh, well, it just caught that near angle, but the speed helped it in.
38.
2 snookers then for Trump.
Barry Hawkins, 38.
A break of 38, which should be enough for Hawkins to take the opening frame after Trump missed the pink to right centre. Mind you, we've seen plenty of occasions this week when snookers have been retrieved, including 3 to tie. Anthony McGill against Robbie McGuigan. Indeed, Jimmy White needed 2 to tie a frame against McGill in the previous round. Got them, cleared up, so you never know.
I think we can safely say he's going to
Now
win
we
this
do
one.
know. Yeah, good start for Hawkins, and these tight frames always feel like they count for a little bit more than the ones won in one visit from a raking long red. Had the chance, missed the pink, and crucially, from Hawkins' point of view, he's punished him. And he's clearly cueing extremely well. He showed that in particular this week. Gilbert hadn't really been troubled up until then. But when he was called upon to deliver under pressure against an opponent in form, he did so. And that bodes well for this evening. Judd Trump had the chance, missed the pink. Barry Hawkins stepped in and punished and takes the opening frame of the night. Barry Hawkins leads Judd Trump 1-0. A packed waterfront hall here in Belfast.
Thank you.
And every spectator looking forward to what promises to be a terrific night of snooker, and a great start for Barry Hawkins, who was able to punish Judd Trump's potting error on the pink to take the opening frame. First to 6, of course, to go through and face Chris Wakelin for the title tomorrow. Wakelin having dominated the first semi-final this afternoon against Jack Lazowski, winning 6-1. In fact, Lazowski only scored 28 points in the last 5 frames of that match, and none at all after the interval. Wakelin played extremely well. Oh, and that is another cracking opening red from Hawkins, just as he managed in the opening frame.
Well, so similar to what Trump did in the first frame. Different pocket, but very similar type of shot. Trying to stun round the 2 cushions for the black. And this is possible. It's whether he takes the chance on it. And to be fair, he's refusing nothing at the moment. Yep, it's there.
Well, that's a confident shot, isn't it? Because obviously, if he's missing that, he's risking leaving Trump with a good chance. I think the title that he won this season and the players, the calibre of opposition he overcame to do it, has given Hawkins an enormous lift, you know, to beat the world champion Luca Brissell, Mark Selby, and then Judd Trump in the final. Doesn't get much tougher than that.
Oh dear. Oh dear. There's the red past the black. There is another red that will go, but that would be the... He's kicking himself because he knows that was a decent chance at the way these two play. You know, you could have won the frame from that. Well, some nerves out there, is there? Well, this red along the cushion, it's missable. If you can miss that one, you can miss the one along the cushion. But I'd expect him to get it if he played it. So, chance to forget all about that red he's just missed a moment ago.
Which would certainly have hurt had Trump gone on to make something sizable there, as he might well have done, because Hawkins got him with that great red, only to miss from short range, but now that miss is irrelevant.
Well, again, a very aggressive shot he's played there, and I'm sure he expected to be on that red just above the black. He played it so well, but that second kiss there, it's just took him off the easy red to the right corner. But he's still got a red to the baulk corner. Just needs to screw back a little bit so he doesn't leave anything on. Yep, great shot. Good recovery. Real confidence builders when you see those going.
At 44, a full decade older than his opponent this evening, Hawkins made his breakthrough in ranking events back in 2012 when he won out in Bendigo in Australia, beat Peter Ebdon 9-3 for the Australian Open title.
He was a late comer, wasn't he?
17.
He was, because he originally turned pro in 1998, 96 I should say.
A little bit like Stuart Bingham, he was a late comer as well. Didn't win tournaments until they were well into their career.
And I'm sure part of the reason for Hawkins and Bingham's success was the volume of snooker that started to appear on the tour in the Barry Hearn era, which was previously lacking, of course. Half a dozen ranking events. There could be months between tournaments. If you lost early, you had a lot of time to dwell and fester on your losses these days. Barely got time to breathe before there's another one round the corner.
25.
Yeah, no time to dwell upon losses. And that's a really good thing about the game. But anybody that's good enough will break through. There's so many tournaments to do it in. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball there to check it back down the take that cue ball away from the side cushion. And like I said at the beginning, when he missed that red into the right corner, I said, you know, he could have won the frame at that visit, because that's how well these two are playing. They're looking to win the frame at one visit, not interested in playing the safety battles. If there's a shot to go for,
30.
gonna go for it. He's already settled, and after his escape from that relative red that he missed to the right corner,
37.
he's settling in even better now. And Trump is sat there thinking, how did I miss that easy red? And it was easy.
38.
It's two pots that Trump has missed. Cost him 2 frames. The miss pink in the opener certainly did.
Yeah, and the problem there, Philip, is that there were easy shots. That's the problem. The pink to the middle was dead easy, and that one, you know, it's just, you would say it's a gimme. He mustn't dwell on those kind of shots, though. No, he's got a chance here to go into the reds. The two loose reds by themselves are not easy to get onto, so may well go into them. And he's on one.
51.
59 points the difference, so still needs a couple of reds with colours.
There's a real crispness, isn't there, about these pots from Hawkins. They're making that resounding whack on the back of the leather.
Well, the longer you go without a frame, Philip, the harder it gets, I can tell you. So Trump needs to get on the board pretty quickly. There'll be another runaway. I know it's unlikely, but that's how good these guys are. They've played 16 times and it's 8 each. Yes, it's 8 each. All right, but out of that 8 frames that Trump won, 5 of them were deciders. Only one decider, Barry Hawkins. Well, that means that he can only tie the frame now, but that's not the best positional shot in the world. He might just decide to play a colour safe here. Yeah, miscounted there. 66 in the game. Now what? The thing is, it's an easy table, this. If Trump should get a chance, he'd fancy 5 blacks, 5 and all the colours. So there's the little bit of insurance. That makes it a little bit more difficult. And it's a pretty good safety, that. Well, he doesn't really want to be sending reds down the table. Harder to get to the black from reds down the other end of the table. That's a bonus. Holds his hands up. Just played to send reds down the table and get that cue ball tight to the cushion.
It's a big bonus. It's one in the frame. Barring snookers, only 59 left. And Judd Trump has had enough. So what a start to the evening for Barry Hawkins. He did miss a short-range red early in that frame, but Trump missed straight away himself. Slight concerns early here for Judd Trump. Hawkins leads 2-0. Judd Trump is on an extraordinary run of success. 18 victories in a row now in ranking events. Back-to-back titles, English Open, Wuhan Open. He's got to the semi-finals here in Belfast, but he's missed 2 balls that have cost him dear so far this evening. Barry Hawkins has capitalised. He leads 2-0. First to 6 to play for the title tomorrow. Trump is already the most successful home nations player since the series began back in 2016. This is the 8th season, of course. He's now won 5 titles, 3 of them here. And if he were to beat Hawkins tonight and go on to beat Wakelin tomorrow, he'd move into 5th place on his own in the all-time list of ranking event winners on 26, 1 ahead of Mark Williams. But all of that right now is a long way in the future. He's got work to do to repair the early damage in the first half of this semi-final.
Yeah, he's tempted by this red to the left corner, but there's 2 reds to the right of the black. Oh, what a shot. What a terrific shot. He really got into that, didn't he? I think he was playing for the blue, but he's on the yellow. He really connected with that one, timed it beautifully. He just cannot afford to be missing. Yeah, it was a tough shot. Now he's in Barry Hawkins' hands again. It's very similar to this afternoon's match with Jack Lasowski. His opponent, Franklin, was so steady. He just didn't miss much. And that's the way that Hawkins is playing at the moment.
Yes, I think the most impressive thing about Wake is that he seemed completely unaffected by the occasion and what was at stake. He was very cool, more so actually than he'd been in the quarterfinals last night against Yuan Sejun, where he looked more nervy. Oh, goodness, though. That's flown off the table.
Oh, dear. Well, you know, the damage is not that bad, actually. A quick look at the table. And talk about the run of the ball, changing matches.
Great slow motion. Not so great for Hawkins, but...
Well, will it cut this? It doesn't look like it from here, does it? But it must do. Is he on anything? He is not getting any run whatsoever at the moment.
Certainly an eventful start to our second semi-final. Balls being missed. Balls flying off the table.
Not easy to get safe here.
A couple of flukes.
I mean, that's a great shot he's just got there, but the kiss wasn't kind at all.
From 1.
Hawkins, of course, was the runner-up in the inaugural Northern Ireland Open back in 2016. An amazing final with Mark King, who denied him at the last.
Well, safety. The red doesn't go past the blue to the middle. The black doesn't go to the left corner, otherwise he might drop that long red in, that long straight red. Now, what's the damage, if anything? If he gets nearer to the pot, he could leave the red on that he attempted. So it looks like just the safety. Try and drop the cue ball on the baulk cushion from that red near the middle pocket. He's considering that cut, that thin cut to the right corner, but well, it was very close to the other red he's just cut in. I think that's the safest shot to play.
Trump just trying to get a foothold here, having lost the first 2 frames in disappointing circumstances for him, missing when he had the chance himself. So just trying to get involved in this semi. Good friend Jack Lazowski was not able to do this afternoon after he was able to level at 1-all. After that, it was pretty much all Wakelin.
Yeah, you've got to just temper the ambitious shots, haven't you? You know, you could have tried something spectacular there. That thin red to the right corner, for example. Left it over the pocket and Barry Hawkins is in again. But you've got to fight sometimes to earn a chance. Sometimes it just doesn't come begging. Now, if he does decide to take this red onto the corner, this thin red to the corner, there's danger because that red near the left middle. Great shot. Great shot. Took the risk. He's getting plenty of support here this evening, Barry Hawkins. And so far, he's bossing this semi-final. Under hit it. The blue doesn't go to the baulk corner, so Probably have to use the rest with the pink. Good rest player, for sure. But they're still missable. Well, that hasn't worked out as planned. So it looks like Trent will be coming back to the table. Unless there's a plant there somewhere. Just having a look at it. Must be close. Can't tell from here if it's a plant or if you can make it. It did look close though. There it is. Nicely played again, took the risk. Well, the running certainly favouring. Oh, wait for it. The first miss. Now, as I was saying, the running is certainly favouring Barry Hawkins, and look at that. The pinks come back and covered the red. So, what does he play here? Does he play the thin cut to the corner? He's probably feeling a little bit aggrieved at the moment. Every time Barry misses, it seems to run safe. And once again, the kiss on the green. You could say is unfortunate, unlucky, but it shouldn't have been near the green, the red. Oh, another very good kiss. That would have been in the jaws of the pocket, the cue ball. But the kiss has given Barry Hawkins a chance to win this round. And he can see all these little touches. Trump. Well, if he's on the red to the left corner, he's okay. And he is. Right in the middle of the pocket. And he was so confident of that blue, he screwed back for the red. Those are the kind of shots that can upset your opponent, because he knows he's feeling so confident to take that blue on like so.
He's appearing in his 31st ranking semi-final and hoping for his 11th final appearance. But having waited 6.5 years between his third and his fourth ranking title, he's now within 2 victories of winning 2 in a single season in the space of a few weeks.
Yeah, another good recovery.
Now, where's the cue ball? Is it hampered by the blue? Seemingly not.
17.
£25 points, the lead. The loose reds would be enough. Well, that's just gone as bad as it could. Dead on the cushion makes this red just that little bit more difficult. Had it bounced slightly, would have been fairly easy, this red. I still expect him to pot it, but it's more missable. Yeah, that was the problem. Now, has he got away with it again? I suppose Trump United is back at the table, but he could have left it a lot easier. Doesn't look like he can get to that red, and there's pressure on the other one.
He's got to be telling himself right now, I'd rather have the running at the end of the match than the beginning. Got to be glass half full in these circumstances. Just hasn't been able to get involved really so far, Trump. He has had chances, of course, though. He missed the pink in the first frame. He missed a red early in the second after Hawkins had missed.
Well, he needs to play this cue ball near the middle pocket, just in case he misses. Good pot. And that's where to play the cue ball, just in case he missed. He hasn't left the other red on. And he's on the green, so here's a chance. Not an easy one with those two reds touching the black.
One thing that Trump has shown throughout this extraordinary run, and indeed in previous great runs when he won a record 6 ranking titles in one campaign, 5 the next, is a lot of resilience. He's come from losing positions many times. He's done it this week. 3-1 down, 4-3 down yesterday to Maguire.
Oh, let me tell you, he nearly missed that green. Hit that near knuckle. Good pot. Now, does he have the angle on the pink to disturb those two reds? I think he may have just travelled a little far. It's a great attempt, this, but I think he's missed them. Yeah, just didn't quite them as you wanted. Wanted to catch them on the way down. Would have pushed the red towards that right corner. Had a good finish. Just 21 points in the game.
A miss for Trump set. Tatiana, could you help me out, please?
Kevin Dabrowski is our referee. Tatiana Wollaston assisting him as marker this evening. Clearly black first.
and maybe a quarter of the ball that way. Okay, now red is above the black.
That's this red.
Yeah. Okay, so quarter of the ball that way. No, the other way. Yeah, yeah. Cue ball underneath the black.
How's this? Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah.
Judd? All right.
Good work from Tatiana, so Hawkins has another go.
Nothing really safe. That's what he's intending to do the first time round. Just push the red to the cushion. $14 points in the game. Doesn't want to leave Hawkins with a chance of the red to the corner. Could have done with just a little bit more pace though. That was a nervy one there from Trump. He's left a chance at this red to the left corner, the one behind the pink. Should have been a lot closer to the cushion. Brilliant, brilliant shot. Be a frame winner.
He is potting so well at the moment, Hawkins. Yes, there's the odd error in there too, but he just looks confident.
But it was a poor safety from Trump, really. That's allowed him to pot that red. Oh, that's a poor positional shot. Look how mad he is with the shot that he's just played. He could have played for the red next to the pink first, but he thought, well, I've got the angle, I need both reds, I'll play for the difficult one. Now let's see where this cue ball is. And basically, that's where Trump should have been. Maybe not at that side of the table, but it should have been close to the cushion. It's close. It's close. So, what does he play here? Maybe bring the brown into play. If he just touches the brown, just touches it, brings the brown off, say, 4 or 5 inches, he's snookered on the blue.
Brown ball. Trump.
Well, not quite a snooker, but it's good.
Pretty cool, Hawkins. He doesn't tend to reveal much when he's out there in the arena, and that little swish of the hand just now, a sign of real anger, because he knew he'd missed an opportunity to clinch the frame off the back of that. Got him back in.
Yeah, he can just hit it, but he can't get it safe. He's delighted. He's delighted with that. Could have left it on so easily.
What a big difference to make if Trump wins it. He's not really played so far tonight. He's only one behind. He'd be delighted. If Hawkins wins it, then Trump's really under the cosh at 3-0. But he's found a double.
Well, do you know something? I thought the pink may have been in the way of the double. That's why I didn't call it. He's managed to miss the pink, but he's not out of the woods yet. This black's tough. Easy to play the snooker. Good shot. Is he hard enough? Needs to miss the brown. This game is still live. He had to put everything into the pot. He'd like to have concentrated on the positional side of the shot, but he had to get the black. Now maybe a chance of getting the cue ball in behind the black. Oh, again, that's poor. You've got to say that's really poor. Yeah, it is a new cloth, and of course both players have got to get used to it, but Barry Hawkins seems to have got used to it very easily. It's a good effort. A good effort. Can he just see the yellow? If he can't, it's a tough snooker. Well, it needs to slow down. Yeah, it was just a little bit too hard. What a chance now for Hawkins.
Trump's turn to show a little frustration. But it was that loose safety just now when he might have snookered Hawkins and didn't that put him in that predicament. And so this very tight frame in Hawkins' hands for a 3-0 lead. He only needs the brown. What a start for the European Masters champion, who won that title at the expense of Judd Trump in the final. And he certainly settled the quicker of the two this evening. Trump missed a couple of balls in the first two frames that cost him, and you can see how irritated he is that this one has slipped away. And now the frame before the interval feels like a must-win for the man who's put together 18 consecutive victories. Barry Hawkins, 3-0 up.
And it's run safe. These are the things that happen when you're struggling. A rare chance, a rare mistake. Can he get to a colour from the red? Caught it much too thin. Well, you can red caught the black instead of the red. Just a safety. Now those two reds closest to the white ball are they a plant? Well, you can't see it even if it is. Well, you can't connect to the reds better than that. Now, if you play safe off the red near the right side cushion, it's got a chance of going in the left corner. He'll be concentrating on the cue ball, but this won't be far away. Oh, he's got the double kiss. And he's got away with it. And that's the first time he's got away with the shot. He's playing a lot of loose shots at the moment. Sometimes Judd can make this game look so easy. But at the moment, it's showing us just how hard it is. He's going into the pack here. And that's okay. I thought there was more danger of playing that shot than playing the two reds near the black cushion. Maybe a re-rack. Unless it's a touching ball. They've got to give each other the luck, haven't they?
That's a touching.
Well, that ends it. So, touching ball called. Can play away from the reds now. Normal service resumed.
Barry Hawkins 3-0 to the good. Judd Trump hasn't got going at all yet this evening. He's had chances in all three frames. Was punished for 2 potting errors in the first 2. Hawkins moving 2-0 up and then winning the third on the colours. That's more like it from Trump. Great red.
Yeah, he's got to stay positive. And he's on the blue, actually. But can he get to another red from it?
Well, as mentioned, he's very familiar with stirring comebacks very recently. It happened back-to-back to take him to the English Open title in Brentwood.
Well, it's shots like that, Philip, that open That might give him a little bit of confidence. I won't be pleased with that, though. Wanted an easier angle to get to the red near the... He's done well to get there, doesn't want to be straight. It's been a hard 13 break so far, this. Powered that one in, but that is end of break. Try and get the cue ball in behind the green.
Black ball.
But potted some good balls there.
The trump.
And that's a better speed. He's been misjudging the table quite a lot so far this evening, but that's better. Yeah, as Philip said a moment ago, it's really is a must-win frame. It's a long road back at 4-0.
The feeling at the outset of the day was possibly that it was going to be Judd Trump against Jack Lazowski in the final. The way the two of them have been playing this week, but at the moment things certainly not going to script. Lazowski managing just one frame against Chris Wakelin this afternoon.
Well, not the best safety from Barry Hawkins, but this is a tough red if he takes it on. Doesn't have to take it on. Just coming down to see what he's going to be leaving if he does take it on. Yeah, it's not easy this, because if he plays off the pack, that red near the right side cushion comes into play. Managed to avoid it with all that side on the cue ball. Now as he left the red on. He's opened the reds up. But that nod there tells us, yep, and there's confirmation. The red is on.
Hawkins is already 7 from 9 from distance tonight, which is a very good return.
Yeah, that was a chance. Hello. Oof, that would have been a disaster, wouldn't it? But what a great chance now for Trump.
Certainly would have been calamitous for Trump had Hawkins fluked that red, but as it is, a chance for him to make his mark before the interval. Give himself something to build on in the second half of the evening.
Well, he's not going to get a better chance than this, is he, Philip? You know, the black available. The black spot free once the black's potted. So, yeah, good chance. The red directly above the black spot, available to the right corner.
Food 14. $21. 22.
Wasn't straight enough on the red to get back to the black. Does the red behind the pink go to the right corner? The yellow's the ball if it is. But he should be able to get onto a red there. Doesn't want to be hampered.
Already his highest break of the evening.
Yeah, the problem is, Philip, that there's nothing safe, so if he should miss, the steal is there. It's getting plenty of support from the crowd.
32.
Yes, I'm sure they were a little disappointed that this afternoon's semi-final was so one-sided. Of course, they'd love a thriller this evening. And there was a danger that Hawkins could pull away just as Wakelin did against Lazowski this afternoon, but Trump with a very good chance to check his progress here, give himself a lift going into the 15-minute break coming up.
41.
Yeah, he's got to keep his concentration, though. 55-point lead. 62 with the black. It's still recoverable. But now, with that black going down,
48.
snooker's required.
49.
Barry Hawkins has been very reliable from long range tonight, but the red he missed into this right corner just now. He missed by a margin. And he left them for Trump, and Trump this time has made sure that he's punished his opponent. Trailed 3-1 last night against Steve Maguire. Came back to win. And that was a best of 9, so this semi-final has got a lot of life in it. It was a vital frame for Trump to get on the board, and he's done so. And in the process, he's finally got his cue arm going with a decent break.
64.
Well, the highest break so far. 3-1 down, and the highest break.
71.
Chance of a century. Good pot. The crowd knew it was in before he did.
He's made 36 already this season. His nearest rival in that regard is Mark Williams with 23. So he's been prolific. Of course, he's been playing a lot of matches, winning all these tournaments, winning 18 matches on the bounce.
78.
He wants to stay out there now, doesn't he, Philip?
Yeah, absolutely.
He does. He wants to stay out there. He's got some kind of rhythm going now.
Just adds an extra layer of intrigue, doesn't it, the mid-session interval, which of course we don't have in the early rounds in the home nations. Best of sevens, we play all the way through, but Hawkins, of course, will be pretty happy with his evening's work to date. If you'd offered him 3-1 at the outset, he'd certainly have taken it, but Judd Trump, crucially from his point of view, has got himself on the board with his 5th century of the week in the offing. Oh, shame. He'll make do with 90. That's exactly the tonic that Judd Trump required. After Barry Hawkins had taken the first 3 frames, Trump looked a little out of sorts at that stage, but he's managed to win the 4th, and so this match is still very much alive, but it's advantage the Hawk at the interval. He leads Judd Trump by 3 frames to 1.
Frame 5. Barry Hawkins to break.
Barry Hawkins getting us back underway. Judd Trump getting a foothold by winning frame 4. How is that going to change the dynamic of this match? Hawkins' highest break so far, a modest 58. That was enough to put him 3 frames to the good, though. Trump springing to life with the break of 90 in the nick of time. So just 2 frames behind, and as we've discussed already, a 2-frame deficit for Judd Trump this season has not remotely phased him. So there's a lot of life left in this yet. Neither player has hit the heights, as has been discussed in the studio. But clearly, Hawkins will be the happier right now, leading as he is by 2, halfway to a place in the final, which will be his 11th.
Yeah, I think the first 3 frames that Judd Trump struggled with the speed of the table with this new cloth. Don't forget, he's played every match on this table, so you know it's like he owned it. Got so used to it, and then all of a sudden it's a different speed completely. Whereas Barry Hawkins hasn't played all his matches on this table. Yes, Barry has played on this table. Played Dave Gilbert, didn't he? But both players settled into this match now. And it should produce fireworks.
And the rivalry couldn't be tighter. 8 wins apiece. They've both won 3 of the 6 semi-finals they've contested, Barry Hawkins having beaten Judd Trump in the final of this season's European Masters. Trump returning the compliment by beating Hawkins on his way to the Wuhan Open title. And of course he's bidding for a 3rd in a row to become just the 5th player in the history of the game to achieve that. He's also going for a 4th Northern Ireland Open title, having won 3 in a row against Ronnie in the final between 2018 and 2020.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? I mean, not just to win it 3 times in a row, but playing Ronnie all 3 times. And do you know what else? It was the same score each year, 9-7.
And the first of those titles was a very important landmark for Trump because he hadn't won a ranking event for over a year at that stage, and then proceeded to dominate the tour, really. He won 14 in the next 28 months, so he averaged 1 ranking title every 2 months.
Really was incredible, that. Well, looking at the cue ball there, he's got the speed of the table now, that's for sure. This could be close. If it had missed the green, that could have been close. Now, can he be tempted by the long straight red? Very dangerous to take it on. But it looks like he's going to be leaving a red on if he takes it on. So, looking at the safety. Dead on the cushion behind would be good for the safety. And that's not far away. That's pretty good. No easy path back to baulk there. Yeah, just managed to swing that cue ball past the pink, and he couldn't have played that much better. A little kiss on the brown there would have left that red on. And got within a whisker of hitting the brown. And now it's trouble for Trump. Always interesting to see what the top players play when they're in trouble, and he's in trouble. Difficult to leave the cue ball on the black cushion because the red next to the black would be available. If he got it absolutely dead, the cue ball, that could save him. Well, is he trying to hit the red next to the black? No, into the pack if he's hard enough. If he's hard enough. What an escape. What an escape that was. He was in deep trouble there. And you see how the cue ball checked off the third cushion. Off the black cushion. Well, it was a great safety shot from Barry Hawkins and a great escape. Well, chance of getting the cue in behind the green and brown again. By the baulk, up near the baulk area. Be careful of that red near the right side cushion. Well, this is really good stuff from both players. Another great safety from Barry Hawkins, and the crowd appreciating these safety exchanges.
Judd Trump with a little tap on the table, also appreciating the skill on the show. So much respect between this pair, and no wonder given how tight their rivalry is.
Yeah, you could say that both players now have settled down. Anything that's scored now has got to be earned. Well, for once, he's misjudged the pace. So chance here to try and get that cue ball. Dead on the cushion behind the green and brown again. And it looks to be just a half ball shot. These are the type of safety shots that the players love. But that has been hit all wrong. He doesn't want the flick. Can he see the red over the pocket? He can. I think he can just about pop that. So not the best safety from Trump. Caught the red too thick. Well, the reds nicely placed, aren't they?
Eight.
It would certainly have been a jolt to the system for Barry Hawkins not to be at the Crucible at the end of last season. He'd been an ever-present for 17 straight years, dating back to 2006 before he lost to Jack Jones. And of course, he's got a great record there, having got to a final, losing to Ronnie, 4 other semi-final appearances. But maybe that just made him doubly determined this season to turn things around, and certainly he's doing that at the moment. Already a title under his belt, which seems to have given him a lot of belief. And at the moment, very much in the ascendancy in this semi-final, particularly if he can convert this opportunity.
Yeah, I always think it's surprising that he hasn't won more, Barry Hawkins, because he's like the complete player. He's got a great safety game, great attacking game, edging towards 500 century breaks for his career. Made 3 maximums.
24.
And yet only won 4 ranking events. But as you said earlier, Philip, he didn't really come to the party until he was mid-30s. Oh, that's not the best shot he's ever played. He's underhit that by a long way. This is tough. And if he plays it at pace, it's even tougher. He needs to drop this in dead weight to be on the red near the right corner. Block the pocket if you miss it. Yep, nice pot.
One of our features that you can watch on Discovery Plus is talking about the player's frame of mind, and there are differing opinions amongst the top players as to whether you can teach mental strength. Certainly Hawkins is of the camp that believes that yes, you can improve that aspect of the game, and he certainly feels that he has from his earlier professional. He used to beat himself up when he missed a ball, when he missed a close match. Just feels like he's much more resilient now than he was. Well, he certainly showed plenty of that in beating a host of top on his way to that European Masters title. Brissell, Selby and, of course, Trump in the final.
Well, if Ronnie O'Sullivan can benefit from sports psychologist, then yeah, you've got to believe it. Doesn't want the kiss and just managed to miss the green. Well, he couldn't have played that any better, could he? Choice of 2 reds. Great shot, just missed the green, look. And that's where he played to put the cue ball. If you'd been a little bit picky, then another 4 inches would have been ideal. But he could play for the black into the same pocket as the red here, or come round for the blue. No, again, couldn't have played it any better.
He won the safety battle at the start of this frame. Trump leaving a red over the left corner. This is the result.
Yeah, it wasn't the best safety, was it, from Trump, leaving the cue ball by the baulk line.
44.
I said it was a half ball safety shot, but he caught it 3/4 ball. And now Barry Hawkins in with a great chance here of winning this 5th frame.
Second half century of the evening. He's already won nearly as much in prize money this season as he did in the whole of last. Of course, he did make the European Masters final last season, losing to Kyron Wilson in a very scrappy match after he'd played exceptionally well to get that far. He'd beaten Williams and Trump to make the final, just didn't show up on the day, but thereafter pickings, that's why he slipped out of the 16. This season, very much rejuvenated.
Another nice shot from Hawkins there, stunning into an area.
60.
Six out of 7, 7 out
60.
of 8 now, and the rest. Still needs another red and a colour.
And you have to say this has been a very well-constructed break from
66.
Hawkins. He's on the cusp. Red in any colour would do.
He's cueing so well. As Philip said, just the black needed. One visit snooker. You can't do any better than that. Punish that mistake from Trump. Wasn't the best safety. He had an easy safety chance, but left the cue ball on the balk line, and he's paid the price.
And that absolutely ends the argument in this frame. Only 59 left, so a perfect start.
75.
After the interval for Barry Hawkins, Joe made the point just prior to the interval that Trump, having struck up a rhythm for the first time tonight, would like to have stayed out there. But we had the break, and on the resumption it's Barry Hawkins who's taken control again, well and truly. A 75, he's 2 frames away from the final. He leads Judd Trump by 4 frames to 1. Judd Trump has produced a couple of outstanding comebacks this season on his way to the English Open title. He was 3 down with 4 to play against John Higgins in the semi-finals. And Barry Hawkins 3 frames clear again, and now within 2 of an 11th ranking final appearance as he looks to win his 2nd title of the season. And he's so in the bubble out there that he'd forgotten it wasn't his turn to break. Judd Trump needs to respond again. He made 90 to win the 4th frame, but not too much room to manoeuvre now. At 4-1 down.
Yeah, he'll be thinking, if I can keep him off of 5, then I can still play with some freedom. Once Barry Hawkins hits 5, it's a different kettle of fish then. Well, these are the kind of shots that Trump has to start knocking in, but there's lots of pressure on this now. It's this type of shot, you could be 5-1 down. He can't afford to think like that, of course. He needs a good kiss. Didn't get it, and the snooker is not much if he plays it. What about that for a shot? It needs to keep running, though. Terrific attempt at getting onto this red. Not many people would have played that one.
A shot worthy of the great hurricane, Alex Higgins, for whom, of course, this trophy this weekend is all about.
That's another tough red that is potted. Again, not ideal. If it was 4-1 up, I'd say this blue that he may take on would be a gimme. But 4-1 down, tough shots.
Judd Trump's biggest shot of the evening.
Yeah, nicely played. Choice of reds.
11.
I think the other red maybe, and then take the red from the black spot. Not sure if you can get to that red this time round, but just build a little break till he's on a colour that he can get to that red by the black. There you can see the black is available into both pockets. And I don't think he's got any option but to play for the black this time round. So if he can leave an angle on the black to nudge that red away from the black spot. Well,
19.
wrong side of the black to play that shot. So the black will go as close to its spot as it can do. Once it's been potted, that is. Now, does it go? That's the all-important question. I think it will. Not allowed to touch the red. Can't
26.
be touching the red, which means that the black will go to the left corner. The red doesn't go, but the black will. And now he may have the angle on the black to
26.
give the red a nudge. Although the way he stayed down on the shot there tells me he may be a bit straight. No, he's got the angle. Just to give it a little nudge forward. And that's enough.
$35. $42. $43.
I like the way that he leaves a nice angle on the black, just to manoeuvre the cue ball. A lot of players would have played that last shot with right-hand side to get straighter onto the black, but he's not afraid of leaving a good angle. Well, that's the first mistake. Wrong side of the blue. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking spot on. Terrific shot. Great positional shot there from Trump.
It's one of his great assets that sometimes when he does fall out of prime position, he can get himself straight back into the groove with his shot-making ability. Never been scared of going in and out of balk.
Another red and a colour needed. It looks like this red will go, so make sure of the red.
64.
Down for the blue if you can't hold for the pink. And it's the wrong side again, but this time it doesn't matter as much because the blue is all he needs to leave Barry Hawkins needing snookers.
This frame is only 7.5 minutes old, and this is a bit of a statement, I think, from Trump, even though he's somewhat in the mire, or was, at 4-1. Just showing Barry Hawkins that he's not going away. He's not ready to let this extraordinary run of form end without a very serious fight.
Yeah, but he's still not safe. One snooker needed. Pushing the red towards that right side cushion and getting the snooker. Well, just about.
Well, you can hear what the Belfast crowd think about that. They want a close finish. They want a thriller. It was a terrific break from Trump, but As we've seen many times already this week, one snooker, not necessarily enough.
Couldn't have played it any better. Great escape. Just what he intended. The red to the left middle that he can pot is no good to him. He needs blacks. All blacks and one snooker to win by one. Yeah, you can see this red to pot it, but he doesn't have to go for it. He could play it full ball, push the black red onto the cushion. Something like that. Short of pace again.
Another red. Hawkins would then need 3 4-point snookers just to tie, so looking to kill this off.
And that's killed. Great pot.
And a really strong frame from Trump, isn't it? In the nick of time at 4-1 down. Certainly a precarious position.
Well, it's just what he needed. He needed a quick frame, and he didn't want to get really involved in his opponent playing for snookers, slowing him down. He needed to kill it off quick and get on with the next frame. Just 2 frames behind now. He does get some topspin on the cue ball, that type of shot. Again, terrific positional shot.
There's nothing he can't do with a cue ball, and this is where we normally see it. The frame well and truly won. He loves to entertain the crowd. There's an example.
Well, that was Alex Higgins. What a shot that was. I'd like to see that one again. And they're off.
Calling all pockets. Judd Trump is showing real signs of life here, and he's kept himself in the hunt for a place in the Northern Ireland Open final. He closes the gap back to 2 at 4-2. This is when the Waterfront Hall really comes into its own. The one table set up on semi-finals day. Of course, we've got the title match to look forward to tomorrow. Chris Wakelin waiting to see who he will play over the best of 17 frames for the £80,000 first prize and the Alex Higgins trophy. Barry Hawkins still 2 away. Judd Trump having played a sparkling frame just now, though. Signs that he's finding his A game. Run of 70 to close the gap back to 2. Having got himself back inside the top 16 with his triumph in Nuremberg this season, Hawkins could return to the world's top 10 if he wins this title this weekend. He's third on the one-year list. Trump, of course, the runaway leader in that regard.
Yeah, just caught it a touch thick, and that's why the cue ball hasn't reached the baulk line and left Trump with a chance. Oh, so close. So close. Now, what was that little flick like? Certainly took the cue ball closer to the cushion. You can't see the red to pot it. Well, as Philip said earlier on in this match, could be better to get the look at the back end of the match rather than the beginning. And he had a little bit there. And shows that the yellow pocket would be a good spot to leave the cue ball.
Foul. Miss. Hawkins for.
He's having a little smile because the cue ball may have drifted to the right. So needs to allow for it this time round if he plays the same shot.
Yeah, all right. Judd.
Trying to stop him seeing this red. That's down past the blue. Well, that red just bouncing off the cushion may have hid the red nearest the pocket. Trump may have had a go at that. Just got to be careful here not to push the red over the right corner. Well, he must be able to see this red. Not easy. Oh, so close. But it's Trump with a chance.
1.
So he started to play, Judd Trump, so you'd expect him to score a few here. Little cannon to these two reds just above the black to develop them. And all of a sudden, just developed 3 reds there.
Nine.
He's got so much self-belief at the moment, Trump, forged by this run of 18 consecutive wins, that no matter
16.
what sort of position he finds himself in a match, he's backing himself to turn it his way. He's done it time and time again.
17.
His prospective final opponent, if he does overturn this deficit tonight, Chris Wakelin, knows all about that this season, because he was 4 up with 5 to play in the European Masters against Trump. And Trump turned it round. Did it in the semis and the final of the English Open. He's done it this week against Stephen Maguire last evening.
$25.
And he'll certainly believe he can do it again tonight.
Well, he has started to play. We've seen that in the last frame with that 70 break.
32.
And the one just before the interval, the 90.
33.
But to be fair, they're both playing well now. Good safety. Hawkins, I can't remember him having a chance in the last couple of frames.
Yes, the red he took on just now was very difficult, and he got the double kiss, which left Trump this chance.
40. 40.
Well, that's a 6 black. I'm sure all he's thinking about is winning the frame. But it will have entered his head, maximum.
$49. $56.
Well, not straightforward to play for the black. Needed to be straighter. I think he's got to play to win the frame here. And play up for the blue.
57.
A nice angle to play down for that red just above the black, or go into them.
We've had 53 centuries at the venue this week,
62.
77 for the tournament, including the qualifying. Joe Perry at the moment in line for the £5,000 bonus after equaling his career high break of 145.
Well, because he gave the 4 points away, he's going to need another red. And he's not on one. Would you believe it?
70. Touching ball.
I can't believe that he's not on a red there, but a chance to get that cue ball in behind the green. unless he's leaving a plant on. I mean, he could push the black to the cushion. That's an option. Because he's touching a red, he could just fire at the black.
Judd Trump was on the cusp there. One slightly more fortuitous cannon away from closing the gap to 1 as it is. 66 the margin, still 75 available.
Played it with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball there to avoid those 2 reds on the right side cushion. But this is a chance for Trump. A shot to nothing. Take that cue ball back down towards the green.
I don't think there's anyone better in the game that clipping reds in from distance from balk.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Well, this has turned into top-class snooker.
It's a pretty inviting table for an effective counter-attack were Hawkins to be the next to get in, but that's a big if right now behind the green.
Yeah, and of course, these 2 reds are in a safe position at the moment, so it suits Hawkins to develop them. But he's got to get safe. The red by the pink spot will go to the left middle. He knew as soon as he hit it, he'd hit it all wrong, and a gift for Judd Trump.
And this semi-final is changing. Barry Hawkins was looking good at 4-1, having knocked in an excellent break of 75, but Trump didn't flinch, hit straight back with a 70 of his own. And another 70 in this frame has broken the back of it, now just 2 balls away from being within a frame. And then it really is game on.
So he's pulled another one back. He'll just want to clear the table here, just to get his confidence. He's full of confidence right now at the moment, but doesn't hurt to pot some balls, make another break. He's already made a 70 in this frame. Could be another 70 plus here.
And Hawkins hasn't scored in terms of a pot since he took that 4-1 lead. 4 points in this frame were at the penalty variety. So to keep him frozen out.
21.
Nearly half an hour since Hawkins did pot one. All of these things are positive for Trump. And he's got so much previous to draw on in terms of great comebacks this season already.
29. 30.
He's just got that swagger back now, hasn't he? He's racing around the table. Seems to have that glint in his eye again after an indifferent start to the evening. Found himself 3-0 behind and missed
37.
some key balls, which were punished well by Hawkins. But he's not missing much now.
No, not even right-handed. Just a little switch to the right hand there. Referee's got to get quicker.
45.
This is what they like to see. And what a way to get to the brown there.
48.
Judd Trump is most definitely back in contention. This semi-final is back in the balance. Back-to-back frames from the 3 times champion, and Barry Hawkins' lead shaved to 4 frames to 3. It's Barry Hawkins with the 1-frame lead, but it's Judd Trump with all the momentum right now. Back-to-back frames, with Hawkins failing to trouble the scorers in either, in terms of a pot anyway. And this is beginning to have a final frame decider feel about it. We'll see. But Trump now looking to level from 4-1 down at 4 each. Going for a 19th consecutive win, remember, and his 3rd consecutive ranking title. Only 4 other players have done it.
Well, he's left a long red to the right corner, but these are now very difficult pots. If he does decide to take it on, don't blame him for not. Can't afford to miss anything, really, otherwise he loses the frame.
Judd Trump is now well in front in terms of pot success at 92 to Hawkins' 86%. Even though he's a frame adrift.
Well, he sent that red too far down the table, and this is a chance for Barry Hawkins. So, first ball is potted for nearly 3 frames. The blue not too difficult, but he's going to have to put something special on the cue ball to get onto a red. It's a great pot. Yeah, he had to do something because there was no red to play for. So he tried to disturb something and hasn't worked out. A great attempt, got to say.
Barry Hawkins, 6.
Again, he's just come down to have a look to see if he clips this red fairly thin, will he send something towards that right corner? Always a danger. So nice target now, the green and brown. Well, he got the cue ball behind the green and brown, but brought the red down the table. Well, that would have been some shot. But he knew he wasn't leaving anything. Oh, nothing easy anyway. Trump considering playing the pot to the right corner from that red just above the pink. But very risky to play it because that red next to the black would be available. So wisely choosing the safety. And as I say, he's got the speed of the table now. And when the cue ball's close to the cushion, it's always difficult to play a return safety. Yeah, well played. The crowd really appreciating all this good safety play. Both players realising the importance of this frame. What a big frame it is for Barry Hawkins. If he can win it, it's within one of the final. Well, very nearly the snooker, but he can see a red. He can't see the red, the easy red to pot, but we've seen him knock these ones in near the cushion. I don't think he's got any choice but to play it. He's got the cue power to try and get that cue ball back towards the baulk area if he wants to play it.
Knocked in an incredible red, didn't he, along the rail this week from distance.
Here we go. Not far away, but look at the cue ball. He's got that cue ball back down the table, and that's what he intended. These two reds that are available to the left corner now are fraught with danger. Got to try and avoid the reds. Well, that's not too bad actually. The red's on to the left corner, but again, very difficult to get that cue ball out of that cluster of reds. I'd be disappointed with that. That was a chance. Yep, clean. And that's not a bad kiss. Better for a right-handed player, because a right-handed player would play the brown. Not sure if he can reach it. He can, just. Needs to slow down. Well, not ideal on the next red, but he's on one. Had a little smile to himself there, because it could have been bang on one of these two reds.
What is it about snooker players smiling when they're not happy?
I don't know, but he'd be feeling a lot happier now, especially if that cue ball pulls up, and it has done. If the black wasn't there, he might even go into the reds from this yellow, but there's still reds he can play for.
Trump just looks like a different animal now than he did in the first 3 frames of this match.
He's dead focused, isn't he? He really is focused. But we've seen it all change. One shot, it can all change. And nicely on the blue. At the very least, it's got the yellow as well. The 2 reds to the right not available. Is he hard enough? Just. Yeah, he knew. As soon as he'd hit it, he knew he hadn't got hold of the cue ball as he wanted. So Barry Hawkins will be relieved. He hasn't lost the frame there. He tried to catch the red. I'm pretty sure he tried to catch the red, which would have sent the cue ball down the table towards the blue, possible black. But that's a good safety. The black and the pink in the way of the return safety. Yeah, things just not going Barry Hawkins' way at the moment. He's pushed a red over the pocket and he's in Trump's hands again. And the pink and black are tied up for the moment. Now, he could play the cannon to the pink and black here, but he'd have to play it at pace, because just a little touch to those two balls and he wouldn't be on anything. He doesn't have to play it. There are reds he could play for.
Six.
Look at all the right-hand side on the cue ball there.
Seven.
He keeps getting the right side of the blue. He's got another couple of reds that are available to him. He's got to get rid of that red to the right of the black spot first.
$18.
Oh, still got another red at the bottom of that cluster. Needs to play it with a touch of left-hand side on the cue ball. Played it well. Again, such a difficult shot to judge that. And he's judged it well.
And he's monopolising the table since Hawkins led 4-1. He's only scored 10 points.
Oh, that's a mistake. It's now going to be very difficult to get to another red. Maybe the bottom red of those four reds will go. I think it will go to the left corner. He's looking at the right corner, but
yellow ball.
a little bit of insurance with the yellow. Well, the only red he can see is the one that's out in the open, which is potable, but risky. Well, where's he going to finish? He's brought the pink and black into play. All of a sudden, this game has a different feel about it.
Will be feeling a little rusty though, Hawkins, as mentioned. He's had very little table time since he led by 3 frames at 4-1.
Yeah, and it's telling, isn't it? It's telling. He's had no table time, as you say. Nothing easy left for Trump, though.
Out of stroke.
Well, you could try and get that cue ball in behind the pink. That's a possibility. He's looking to try and win this frame at this visit. Right in the middle of the pocket. Not ideal on the blue, but a chance. He's certainly got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? $40 points, the difference.
6.
2 reds, 2 colours needed. There's one of them.
7.
Just this red then to complete the comeback. He needed a response, having fallen 4-1 behind, and he certainly produced one.
Yes, and it's really game on now, isn't it? What excitement again here in Belfast.
And it's food for thought for Barry Hawkins, who was sitting pretty at 4-1, having made an excellent break of 75 on the resumption after the interval. But since then, he's been reduced to spectator, just those 10 points in the since.
26.
He had half a chance to get back into this frame just now, missed the red to the right corner, and that may well be a symptom of how little he's seen of the table in these last 3 frames. Unquestionably, Judd Trump is on top right now, and he's also level this out. All to play for in Belfast. It's 4 frames all. It's bubbling up for a great crescendo here in front of this packed Belfast. Barry Hawkins was well on top at 4-1, but now it's Judd Trump with all of the momentum in the ascendancy, having pulled it back to 4 each. Both need to face Chris Wakelin with something to spare against Jack Lazowski in tomorrow's final.
Well, not going to pop many from there, is he? Snookered on all the reds.
Trump has been getting stronger, though. At one stage, he was in the 70s in terms of pot success. It was Hawkins who was knocking on the door of 90%. Hawkins has been going in the other direction since 4-1. And Trump now up to 92%. As you can see, comfortably outscoring his opponent as well. But it's all about Judd Trump is appearing in his 57th ranking tournament semi-final this evening and hoping for a 41st final appearance.
Yeah, it makes such a difference not catching the colour on the return safety. And it caught the yellow. Relatively easy safety shot for Barry Hawkins. He'll be delighted with that one.
Foul. Miss.
By a whisker.
Hawkins.
Didn't quite reach.
Tatiana, sorry, could you help me out with this?
Their 17th meeting. This is, I guess, the rubber match, given it's 8 each. 7 of those 16 encounters have gone to the wire. Tatiana Wollaston doing the marking and the assisting here to Kevin Dabrowski, so Trump has another go.
Well, that's probably the worst save he's played. The cue ball just getting past the middle pocket. It was supposed to be dead on the cushion. Big shot, this. Oh, struck it so sweetly. Beautiful shot. He timed that so well.
Just illustrates how Trump has found his A game. He's been hogging the table. That shot for Hawkins would have been a lot tougher because he's had so few shots when he's been in, and he hasn't been in very often since 4-1.
Well, it's hard to see him missing anything easy, but that's the problem when Trump's playing so well like this. Sometimes he just loses concentration. Hasn't been doing that in recent times, for sure. Got to keep his focus.
Eight. Felixi.
Not the best shot he's ever played. Wrong side of the blue. in prime position again. The reds are all covering one another, but there is a red just below and to the left of the pink. If you can finish straight on that one, that leads him to the pink. And from there, easy to play little cannons. Just a little shorter pace.
25.
So change of plan, has to play something different. May have to screw that cue ball out of that area now, just to look a little. And that's worked out very nicely if the pink goes. The blue, a real pressure shot if it doesn't. Well, does it go, the pink? It's difficult to tell from here. Oh, that's tight. That is tight. But it's there.
The way he's cueing right now, he can thread them through the eye of the needle as he did. This looks so confident now, Trump. He's building up that head of steam, which we've seen so often.
He had to take that off the left-hand side of the pocket, didn't he? It wouldn't go clean. 28 points in the game. That's not the best shot he's ever played. He's normally so good at that shot, stunning back across for the blue and getting top side of it. It's going to have to be the pink, or just drop the blue in dead weight and play the difficult red into the right corner. Well, it will cut to the middle. He's not sure where the cue ball's going to finish here. Yeah, he wasn't sure where that cue ball was going to finish. Had it missed the pink, he'd have been nicely on it. Oh, a rare miss. Now, what can Barry Hawkins do? Get him plenty of support.
Thank you.
For 3.5 frames, he's barely had a ball to look at, Hawkins.
Yeah, not the easiest of tables. A few reds will go, but the black's tied up. But taken in the right order, they all go. Good pot. Yeah, there was pressure on that pink. Like Philip said, hasn't potted many balls recently.
Eight.
Well, I'd say his favourite in this frame now. As I say, all these reds will pot, taken in the right order. And that's worked out very nicely.
21.
There is one red that will go to the left corner, just to the left of the black spot. Looks a bit heavy. Does the red next to the black go? If it does...
26.
That was a fantastic shot to play. No, don't think it does. Is it high? Oof. It looked it for a second.
And there were a sizable portion of this audience that thought that one might stay above ground, but happily for Hawkins, it's disappeared. Inevitably, the tension rising as we reach the sharp end of this semi-final. Both players very much in contention still. Hawkins held sway in the first half. Trump has come roaring back at him, but missed the blue. Finish cut. And this is the result. Hawkins with a chance to retake the lead.
Well, I'm not sure what he played there, but if the pink goes on its spot, he's in big trouble. Well, fortunately, it doesn't. But he could have done with that cue ball just another 2 or 3 inches further down the table. Pressure on this one. Yeah, there was pressure on it.
Hawkins, 33.
And that was down to the shot previously when he nearly, well, he held the pink spot. If he drops through another 3 or 4 inches, that red's an easy one. Still, he hasn't left one, back in the game, just 2 points in it. Well, was that a good kiss? Or can he see that red to the right of the pink? If he can see it, he may be able to pot it. Oh, that's a disaster. That's a disaster.
Trump 5.
The only good thing you could say about that is that it's still a safe-ish red. The pressure out there, immense. wasn't the best pot in the world from Trump, leaving himself hampered. But things are getting heated out there now.
Eight.
Well, that's put paid to the black and pink, which favours Trump. Another super shot. 16 points the difference. The brown tough, but it gets him to that last red.
Green ball.
Make it 16. Judd Trump's lead with 35 remaining, but as Joe has mentioned, at the moment the pink and black are in close attendance.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the pink will go to the left corner. But that green in a good spot for Trump. Good safety. And another good safety. Well, that suits Barry Hawkins, that little cannon onto the pink. He could send this red down towards the black and pink here. Don't think he can get the snooker, but he can get a good safety. Well, I'm sure Judd Trump's worked it out, but if he could get a red and a black, the yellow wouldn't need the tough green. Well, maybe a chance here of getting the cue ball in behind the pink and black. And it's not very far away, this. That's an excellent safety.
It's going to be the longest frame of the semi-final so far, in keeping with the state of this match. On a knife edge, 4 all, just 16 points separating them, 35 still on the table. But Barry Hawkins snookered.
Yeah, and he could do with hitting this, Barry, because otherwise Trump would need any colour and the yellow. Where's that red going? Where's that red going? Oh, wow. How close was that to going in? Well, as I said before, I'm sure work this out. The red and the black and the yellow would be enough. And that is not the best shot he's ever played.
1.
In no man's land, really, positionally.
Yeah. A few shots he could play. The pink and leave the cue ball behind the black. The blue, push it safe and try and get the cue ball in behind the pink and black.
Trump.
Yep, the blue, still potable, but difficult to get to the pink from. Oh, just a rub. Now, he could take this yellow on. It's a natural to come down for the green. There you go. But not ideal. Should be able to get the snooker here, though. Yeah, good shot. Well judged. He can only afford to miss it once. And if he plays it at speed, it's a free ball. If he plays it slow, he's in trouble next shot.
I think that's a rock and a hard place.
Well, that couldn't have worked out better. He's brought the blue into play and got the green safe.
And I'm sure Hawkins just now, when he left the red hanging over the left corner pocket, thought this game was up. As it is, he's still in the hunt. All the colours out in the open now. Yes, Trump is 19 in front, but that might not mean a lot if Hawkins pots the next ball.
Well, he's going to get a chance. Wow, and look at the support he's getting.
Bags of pressure now, though. This is the business end of this semi-final, the title match in view.
Wait for it. Well, shot on the green, but I think it's very difficult to hold for the blue from the... I think round about there's the best he could hope for. But what a difficult pot to hold. Well, as Philip said, there's lots of nerves out there, and he can count himself fortunate there that he hasn't left the brown on.
Yes, he missed it by quite a margin, and it could easily have been a straightforward pot for Trump.
Well, he's left him a relatively easy safety to get that brown behind the black spot.
Trump just a ball away from his 4th consecutive frame.
Looks good. Looks good.
"31 minutes and counting." Snooker drama at its best. Who is going to go 1 up with 2 to play?
Oh, it needs to pull up, and it just about has. If you were right behind this brown, be able to pot it, but from there, I don't think so. This isn't a bad effort, you know. Trump only needs the brown. He loves to play doubles, you know, at important stages, but that's not an easy double to play. He's played it, though.
And that's the
Very
danger with a
close.
double. If you don't get it, you're then trusting to luck as to where it ends up.
Well, it would be some shot to pot the brown and get back down the table for the blue. There goes the brown. He doesn't want to be straight. And that looks perfect. Great shot that from Barry Hawkins.
The crowd absolutely loving this, and there are a lot of Barry Hawkins fans in the house. And this would be a big frame for him to stop the rot, having lost 3 in a row.
Well, that's not the best shot he's ever played. It's not going to be easy to get to the black from there. Not impossible, but not easy. There's another little smile to himself, that snooker smile.
Which means pain. Pink and black needed to edge in front.
No. And a gift for Judd Trump. He's left-handed, so he can reach this
Well, when Barry Hawkins landed perfectly on the blue, it was looking good for him to stem the tide. But Judd Trump has just won his 4th frame on the bounce and has moved within a frame of victory here in Belfast. What a turnaround. Trump on the cusp. He leads Barry Hawkins 5 frames to 4. A big cheer from this raucous and packed crowd at the Waterfront Hall. And what a big frame for Judd Trump to win. He's won 4 straight now and is on the cusp of victory. And how much will that have taken out of Barry Hawkins, because he had a gilt-edged chance when he landed perfectly on the blue to get himself within a frame of his 11th ranking final. Now he's got to do it the hard way. Some of his fans thought it was in.
Actually, I did as well. I thought it was in. Can Trump see this red? So Trump with a chance, and I feel sure he's going to open the reds up here. There we go. If he's on one, and he is, it's not the easiest of reds to the middle.
8.
And he's hampered a little by the black. But if this red goes in, he's in business. And there it is. Doesn't want any more close games.
Barry Hawkins looking a little shocked in his chair at how this semi-final has begun to get away from him. From 4-1, knocked in that excellent break of 75 to move 3 clear for the 2nd time and within 2 of victory. It was all looking pretty good for him at that stage, but Judd Trump's powers of recovery this season have been extraordinary.
He's had some help from his opponent though. Should have won that last frame, as we've all seen, when he failed to get
90.
Good position on the pink.
$20.
Oh, Barry there just hoping he gets another chance.
When Trump came back against John Higgins in the semi-finals of the English Open from 5-2 down, Higgins likened it to being hit by a truck, and Trump just monopolised the table. He produced some of his very best snooker. The pain for Hawkins will be that he did have that great opportunity to close out the previous frame, get himself in front again.
Well, he's putting all his hopes on Trump now, and that wasn't the best positional shot, you've got to say. He's a good 6 to 9 inches short there. Got to try and keep things as easy as you possibly can. So maybe move down towards the blue or bought colours. Try to develop more reds with that shot. Pink doesn't go, as you can see. And not easy to get to a red from the blue. One shot there, a positional shot from black to red, has left him with this tough blue and tough positional shot. Not sure if he can screw down to the pink and reds. If he can play a cannon to the pink, that could be an option. Well, he couldn't have played that any better. What a great shot that was.
He hadn't won a ranking title for 19 months between the Turkish Masters and the English Open
48.
in Brentwood. But having ended that drought, he has been in the most purple of patches and is within sight of keeping it going.
Well, he's done it again. He's left it short. Still on the red, but
56.
he would have liked to have been straight on it, back to the black. Barry Hawkins sat there just trying to keep himself positive in case he gets another chance. He needs another red and a colour. And he's going to win it at one visit. Terrific shot that. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball. And look at the crowd.
They knew that was the key moment.
63.
He's fast becoming the comeback king, Judd Trump. He did it at the English Open in the semis and in the final against Zhang Anda from 7-3 down in a race to 9. Did it last night against Stephen Maguire, and he's doing it again against one of the informed players of the season, Barry Hawkins, who denied him the European Masters earlier this season, but is now resigned to his fate, having led 4-1.
Yeah, and didn't do much wrong in this frame, did he? He nearly potted that long red to the right corner. He nearly potted it. And this is the result.
75.
And all that's been missing for Trump this evening is a 5th century of the tournament.
Every shot in the book.
You can feel the buzz of anticipation about what he might do next with what remains on the table, with the match well and truly sealed.
$95. 96.
Stand by for the roar. Magnificent. What a way to seal victory. This is what champions do. They don't just win, but they win in style when the pressure's at its greatest. has become, once again, a winning machine. Barry Hawkins will be very disappointed, having got himself into a winning position at 4-1. But he's been on the wrong end of yet another trump comeback. A 128 clearance to seal the deal. The Trump Juggernaut continues its relentless pursuit towards a third consecutive ranking title, and he's come back from behind yet again. 4-1 down, 5 frames on the spin. He's finished with a century. He's through to the Northern Ireland Open final.
Well, it's quite extraordinary, isn't it? Another comeback, Judd Trump.